Landing a job in commercial real estate is the first step towards building a career in the industry, but what you do after you land that job is going to have a lot to do with how quickly you progress and what your next job might look like. This is especially true as things like AI tools start to become more and more powerful, and you need to find ways to add value within analytical positions aside from just adding manual inputs into a pre-built financial model. So whether you've already landed a job and want to make sure you're doing the right things from day one, or you just want to get ahead of the process and be ready to hit the ground running when you do land that first real estate role, in this video, I want to cover 3 things that you can do to become a better real estate analyst and be the first one to get promoted when opportunities come up and the last one to get laid off when times get tough. So the first point I want to bring up in this video seems straightforward, but this is much less commonly done in practice than you might think, and this is to actually provide feedback and commentary to your manager in addition to just coming up with valuations or calculating returns on a deal that you're working on. An analyst title implies that you'll be doing analytical work, but a lot of young real estate professionals spend the majority of their days just transporting raw data into a pre-built acquisition or development model. So even if you just provide a 3 to 4 bullet point summary in each of the emails you send off to the people you're working for, just doing this can put you in the top tier of analysts across your entire firm. In acquisitions or asset management positions, this could just involve looking through the property's rent roll in detail to find outliers or patterns among the tenant base, reviewing the property's financials in detail to spot things like revenue or occupancy trends over time, or even just pointing out changes in year-over-year property tax assessments that might end up affecting the property's future NOI. And in investment sales roles, this can involve things like digging into market rent comps to identify below market leases at a property, reviewing commercial lease clauses to identify terms that aren't currently being enforced by the seller, or even coming up with opportunities to add ancillary income at a property through implementing things like storage or parking fees that the current owner isn't pursuing. This also means getting ahead of frequently asked questions from your manager and then proactively addressing these things in your initial email alongside your first draft of a model, learning the types of things your boss is looking for over time, and then doing the work necessary to address these things from the start. As an analyst, your job really is to analyze the information being provided, and that means more than just adding raw data into a template. And if you can start to think like an investor or a client or a lender when working on deals that come across your desk, this is where you can really start to prove your value in an analyst position. Now, aside from just digging into the numbers, the next thing I'd recommend to take this a step further is to, whenever possible, do the work necessary to answer your own questions and go directly to the source as often as you can. Sending off a list of questions and concerns alongside your completed work is definitely better than adding no commentary at all, but these questions also usually require multiple emails or phone calls to answer, essentially just adding to the to-do list of your manager that's most likely already pretty long as is. And in most cases, the vast majority of the answers to these questions could have been figured out by the analyst directly with a few phone calls or emails themselves, and instead of presenting your manager with a laundry list of questions that they then need to find the answers to, you could just present solutions to the questions you initially had and take that work off of their plate. A lot of young professionals early on in their careers don't want to step on people's toes or think it's not their place to communicate with brokers or third parties, but unless this is an internal rule that's explicitly been told to you up front, going the extra step will almost always be appreciated. As people move up the ranks, their list of responsibilities starts to grow very, very quickly, usually alongside family obligations at home that also tend to stack up in your 30s and early 40s. So if you're able to take work off of your manager's plate proactively, this can often raise your value significantly within your team or within your entire company. Even if you don't want to call up the rainmaker broker that's directly listing the deal with something like a minor question on financials, there's almost always going to be someone at your level that you can talk to, usually another analyst or associate that's working on the deal, who's most likely going to be even more well equipped to cover technical questions and get you the answer you need. Proactively taking the extra step to get your own questions answered also has the added benefit of showing that you can do this yourself, and when the time comes to ask for a promotion, you can then point to all the next level tasks that you're already taking on to prove your ability to move into a sourcing or client-facing role and produce immediately. In many cases, speed is the name of the game in commercial real estate, whether that's speed in getting an offer out to a seller, speed in getting an opinion of value back to a potential client, or speed in getting a quote out to a potential borrower. And the more you can cut down on unnecessary back and forth communication, this allows your team to get work product out faster and ultimately win more business at the end of the day. Now finally, directly related to the concept of speed, the last thing I want to cover here is more of an internal hack for your own productivity and really your own well-being, and this is to automate repetitive tasks in your job as much as you possibly can. Even in 2023, analysts still need to do a lot of manual work in Excel on a day-to-day basis, but the more you can automate this work, the more this is going to free up your time to dig deeper into your analysis, make connections with property owners, brokers, or lenders, or even get out into the field more, touring more deals, and building your network. If you can build formulas or even entire templates in Excel that can easily clean up data or even populate information directly from a rent roll or T12 into your company's models automatically, the hours that you can save on a daily or weekly basis can start to add up really quickly. And new AI tools like ChatGPT can make this process even easier, allowing you to essentially just type in a prompt to create formulas or even macros automatically, which can speed up your workflow substantially in a way that just wasn't possible even this time last year. Other automation tools can also help with time-consuming tasks, like writing emails with a software like Text Expander, allowing you to quickly type commonly used phrases, or even entire email templates that you find yourself writing over and over again. Or if your company has the budget, you can even start to implement software like RedIQ that can quickly sort complex rent rolls or historical financials into clean, easy to manipulate Excel documents, which you can then incorporate into your own company's financial model. Especially in situations where you're already working long hours, workflow automations like these can be absolute game changers, and even if you can just get back about 2 to 5 hours per week, this still gives you a lot more capacity to provide more valuable feedback and input to your managers on deals you work on, and to give you more time back personally to do things like work out, sleep more, or just generally burn out less quickly in really demanding roles. If you can do these 3 things, in my experience, these actions are going to give you the best chance of moving up quickly within your company, building relationships and communication skills that can help you succeed in whatever role you take on next, and to give you more of a work-life balance overall, even in situations where you're expected to put in long hours. And if you want more help with the first step in this process, which is actually landing an analyst or associate role, I want to make sure you have the technical skills you'll need to pass an Excel exam that might be given to you during the interview process. As always, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Breaking the CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, and you'll also get access to the Breaking the CRE Analyst Certification Exam, which covers topics like real estate pro forma and development modeling, commercial real estate lease modeling, equity waterfall modeling, and many other real estate financial analysis concepts that will help you prove to employers that you have what it takes to tackle the responsibilities of an analyst or associate at a top real estate firm. And if you like this video and want to see more content on this channel on how to succeed after you've actually landed a job, make sure to hit the like button and let me know any other career hacks that you've used to move up quickly within your company, or how you got promoted faster than your peers. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.